I'll be damned. I can actually talk to him. How you been?
How's it going? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I was just waiting for you to pop in. Um, well, I guess yeah,
Well, I
this
think
has
we've got
been
a slight audio delay. So
yeah, yeah. I could tell. I was trying to like test out everything,
yeah.
but there's just that slight delay that I can't seem to fix. So I guess we'll have to live with it. Um.
Can you
Anyway,
hear me? You can't see me, can you?
I
Oh, there
can
you
hear
go.
you, but yeah, I can't see you. Um. Oh, there we go.
You can get to see me in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I can see you now. Wow.
All right.
Nice, nice little studio.
Yeah, it's taken me quite a while to set it up.
Yeah.
It's getting there. Still got a big chair to go in behind me here, but we're getting there. We are getting there.
I mean, my
Cool.
my.
So what did you want me to talk about today?
Well, it's I guess like I wanted to do something that's like similar to like um, how like Rock Sound does like these interviews of like artists and like talks about like the album that they like just recently did or like single that they recently did about like stuff around the line along the lines of like how difficult was it like what track was probably the most fun, blah blah blah, stuff like that. um so I guess the first question is like I'm like I don't, even though my last name is music, like I don't play anything obviously, so that's why I always like try to reach out to people. And you're actually my third person that I've tried like having like write me music basically. Um, so getting to that, the first question is like how difficult was it actually writing this? Was it like easy? Was it a little like time consuming or somewhere in between?
So no, not to be honest. Um, it's not hugely time consuming. It depends what you consider time consuming. Um, I find it quite easy to kind of to write a track. It didn't take me too long, to be honest. I can give you sort of an example of how I work if you want. Just like a very kind of rough guide. So this is actually the guitar that did most of your album. So let me know if this is too loud on your audio or anything.
No, you're fine.
How's that? Is that okay audio wise?
Yeah, perfect.
Sweet. Right. I mean, yeah. So I would start off with just this kind of riff. I mean, I listened to some of the ideas that you sent over. I kind of just go off of that. I mean, obviously, I've got my own kind of style of play, which I would naturally sort of gravitate towards, and then of course, I try and incorporate the ideas that you sent over. So generally, what I do is I would start with just, I don't know, some sort of cool riff. I don't know. So if I was just sort of fiddling around, I don't know, whatever. So I maybe start with something like that as like the base of it, because I mean, a lot of the songs that you wanted weren't too complicated structurally, and they're a little bit shorter, so didn't need as many parts. So I guess I'd start with something like that, and then what I would do, I'll show you what I would do. In fact, one of your songs actually has this track for to perform. I've got some really cool effects because I use the Kemper. So I would then do something like this. So bear with me a moment. So then you can have this kind of effect, which you probably recognize on some of your tracks. It's a real good to for like the simple kind of lead stuff. So that kind of thing. It's very haunting. And I guess you've gone for, I mean, it's not a horror album, but it's that sort of sound, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of like the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to like I guess like fulfill my I don't know how to put it, my like 16-year-old self. And basically like
Yeah.
have something that like is like horror because that's actually the age I got into horror was 16. And then also do something that like I guess can like resonate um to like what I was actually planning on like doing whenever I first did my like weirdish EP. I thankfully got rid of that EP, but it's still on my Facebook somewhere, and I'm just gonna leave it there because like it's a lesson because I literally went online like looked up loops and like tried to figure out ways to like actually like create music without actually playing music. So that's kind of what happened. I didn't really go anywhere, but at the same time, like it's not really my passion, like to go like to the moon. I'm just like, you know what? I mean, if I get like 500, 1,000 views, all right, awesome. It's great. Love it. So, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Um, um, I guess my next question is, what track, in your opinion, is probably the most fun to do?
What is in the most fun for me to play? To be honest, I've got your songs here.
Mhm.
I can't actually access them at the minute because they're all on the iCloud. Um, you know what? I really like the last one. It's not the most exciting to play, but I really enjoyed the last one that I wrote for you. The like the kind of I don't know, it's like an outro, I guess. Um, got to use some really cool sounds and experiment with some different plugins and pedals on my Kemper. Obviously, I used my MIDI as well, which was pretty cool. That was just it's different. It's a bit different. You know, I'm just sitting there riffing over a drum track. So that's pretty cool. Enjoyed that one.
Um, well, you pretty much already said what gadgets you use and stuff for writing it, so I guess that's already done too. Okay. Let me think.
Yeah, it's up to you how in depth you want me to go with the kind of stuff that I used.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that
I can share my screen if you want to show.
that's fine. But my favorite one I think is probably I'm gonna say Coke because I like the breakdown that was in it. It was actually very fitting, and I played around with it for like maybe 3 hours. Whenever I had a day off last week, and I was just thinking in my head like, how can I make this vocally good, but also complement my breakdown? And thankfully enough, I did it. So I'm just
Yeah.
still trying to finish up the rest of the song now.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I know you sent me like the vocals or at least lyrics, but did you kind of have you already got the vocals written before I've done my parts, or do you literally just have the lyrics and then you
Uh,
kind of try and create some vocals once I've finished?
well, I kind of started before you had sent me the first track. Um, and I don't have it anymore because my computer was doing its little clean cycle or whatever. But basically like I had started that at first and I'm like, actually, I don't know about this. I think I need to get like an actual like track in my head and like learn the tempos and stuff like that. So I waited for like the full one to come in and then I just kind of like I guess you could say like went in on it
Yeah,
and I just started like experimenting and like figuring out like what can go where and how like good it will sound and stuff. I don't want to say that like I'm like a full budget guy with all these fancy gadgets because I'm not. I'm just I normally use a site called Soundtrap. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but basically it's like a like an online little DAW, I guess that's like sort of free, I think. Because I've been also trying to learn how to use Studio One, which is what I use for um, the rest of my equipment. So
Cool. Yeah, I haven't heard of Studio One, to be honest. I've always used Logic. I've always had like an Apple laptop, so it's always the go-to for me.
yeah.
But yeah, no, not used the Studio One before.
Let me see. Um, um, okay, this one's gonna be funny. Um, so this is the last one. Question is, what would you say to the people who always said that the tracks aren't mixed or mastered properly whenever like I had shown them the track? Like, what would you say to that?
Well,
Because
it's funny
I've
because
gotten so many people say that they're just not perfect, and I'm just sitting here like, if this guy is literally helping me with my vocals, they have to be mixed, right? Like, it's common sense.
yeah.
So
So the it's funny because I remember you sent me a message, and it was some guy going in on you about how the guitars weren't mixed right or something, and he told you step by step what should be done. And I literally
yeah,
sent you, I sent you screenshots of what I had done mix wise, and it was point for point exactly the same what he was suggesting to do.
mm,
I mean, the thing is, it's all opinion, isn't it? Like one person might like the mix, the next person doesn't like the mix. So you're never gonna appease everybody.
mm,
Um, I don't know if you know. Do you know Nolly from Periphery? I think it's from
mm,
Periphery. Um, yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of mixing I do is pretty much his techniques. So that's just what I like to not copy, but I sort of use his ideas as a template, and then I sort of go off that. Um,
mm.
some of my guitars will need mixing differently. Um, so yeah, it's fine. I use their guitar pack, drum pack, sorry. So their drums they already sound pretty cool. So you don't need to do too much with them. I make them a lot punchier than they come out, add a lot of compression, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I guess with your style of music as well, or the sort of style this album is, it's it needs a hell of a lot of compression, um, which can often, I don't know, often saturates the sound a little bit. Yeah, to be honest, I was quite happy with the way that the mixes came out. I guess as well, a lot of I know, remember that guy when he messaged you, he hadn't heard the mastered version, so that was just mixed. That wasn't mastered either, was it? Because I know you've just kind of sent me your vocals,
Yeah.
and I've layered that on top, so it wasn't kind of the finished product. But
Mm.
do you do much mixing on your vocals before you send them to me, or are they completely dry?
Well, I've been at the first one that I had sent just for the vocals. I was I didn't use much of like any like layers or anything, and I also tried to I guess make it dry. But I'm thinking like for the next couple tracks, and whenever I redo the other track, because I figured I want to do that because everyone at my job thinks that I'm just like talking really low, which I don't understand. So, but basically, like everyone thinks sorry like I try to like use a little bit of like reverb, I think is what it's called. I don't know if that would help or hurt, but I'm gonna experiment with it more. But yeah, that's really the only thing I've really used. Soundtrack has this thing where it has like a bunch of filters, but most of them aren't like decent filters to say the least. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, to be honest, I always prefer like dry vocals to work with.
Sure.
Um, yeah, I mean, did you want to? How far into the mix do you want me to go? Do you want me to show you kind of roughly what I was doing, or do you not want to know that?
No, I think we'll just I think we'll just keep our secrets. Because like I don't mind learning and like looking and stuff. It's just like I'm gonna sit here like this guy did all of this for one little section. Like I don't really want to know a lot, um, right now at least. But maybe sometime in the future, I think we can maybe do this again, and you show me like what you do and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, that'd
So,
be cool. Yeah, be down.
um, other than that, I think that's all the questions. Unless you want to get any input on like the EP and stuff.
To be honest, I'm probably in entirely the wrong tuning now, so I probably won't be able to do that. But yeah, some of your tracks are in some really strange tunings, which was quite fun. But yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's everything. So, this is I think going to go on my YouTube channel. Hopefully, if I can get the file. If you're perfectly fine with that, of course.
Yeah, cool.
Um, so anyway, Rob, thank you for taking time out of your day.
No
I know
problem.
it's like maybe like what 9 o'clock there.
It's well, it's
Everyone
actually-
else, the EP. Oh well, yeah. I don't know across the pond that well. Well, um, so have a good night, my friend, and thank you again.
yeah, no problem. Thanks very much. See you later, Jeff.